This is an MCQ from collision of bodies. So in this question it is asked that during inelastic collision of two particles, which one of the following is conserved? Total linear momentum only, total kinetic energy only, both linear momentum and kinetic energy, neither linear momentum nor kinetic energy. So let us first understand what is elastic collision and what is inelastic collision. So there are two types of collision: elastic collision and inelastic collision. So elastic collision is an ideal case. That means where during the collision there will be no loss of energy. I mean, total kinetic energy possessed by the two bodies undergoing collision will be same after the collision. I mean, total kinetic energy after the collision, it will remain same. There will be no loss. So this is an ideal case, but all the real collisions are inelastic collision only, because during the collision there will occur some sound or some heat will be generated, or some deformation will occur. So in the form of deformation energy or sound or heat, some part of the energy will get lost, and this happens in all real life collision. So these are two types of collision: elastic collision and inelastic collision. So in elastic collision, the total kinetic energy before the collision and after the collision is supposed to be conserved. That means there is no loss. So in case of elastic collision, total kinetic energy will be conserved, but in inelastic collision, kinetic energy won't be conserved. So some part of the kinetic energy will get lost. But the momentum, the linear momentum, whether it may be elastic collision or inelastic collision, the linear momentum before collision and after collision, it will be same. So two bodies are moving in the same direction, and one is having more velocity than the foregoing one. So at some time these two will collide, and after that two will be having two different motion or same motion. Okay, so in this collision there is no loss. So ideal, no sound generation, no heat generation, no permanent deformation. So its shape are same. I mean, the shape of the two bodies before collision is regained after collision. So it is perfectly elastic collision. So there is no loss. But in case of inelastic collision, so it is supposed, and it is fact that some part of the kinetic energy gets lost due to sound or heat generation or deformation. So it may so happen that the two bodies are getting embedded together, or on one of the body is getting deformed, like this one and this one. Okay, so in elastic collision, kinetic energy conserved, but in inelastic collision, kinetic energy is not conserved, but momentum is conserved. That means m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. This is same in case of inelastic collision also. This is same, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So this is true for both the collisions. Then what are the options given? Neither linear momentum nor kinetic energy conserved. So this is not true. Both linear momentum and kinetic energy conserved. This is also not true. Total kinetic energy only conserved. No. Only in case of elastic collision it is true, but for inelastic collision this is not true. And total linear momentum only conserved. So this is true. Therefore answer is A.